What are your thoughts on just Sedona and all that's happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's always sad, especially knowing that, what she went through with her injury and the fact that she hasn't played yet. But we support her, regardless of what the NCAA has decided. I mean, she's going to work hard, get healthy, be a good teammate, and continue doing well in school. So, it's obviously sad to see someone having to sit out a year, but, I mean, we have her back as a team and as a staff and as a university.
She's been doing a bunch of rehab. At least that's what we've kind of seen while you guys have been practicing. I mean, just how's her kind of spirits been, even with the sort of unknown aspect of it up until today?
I mean, it's hard, but, I think we've all really given her the support that she needed and encouraging her that this is the task at hand. The task at hand now is to focus on what you can control, and that's to get healthy and be the best teammate. And so, I mean, she's been tackling that great. She's in the weight room, after hours. She's always trying to get better, getting shots up, rebounding, and really being a part of the team. And that's really important for not only her physical ability, but also just her mental state.
On the basketball side of things, Kelly said that it's, defense has been the big focus really since day one, and getting that up to a level that at least is acceptable, over the course of this year. How have you guys felt like you've been improving defensively over the course of the non-con?
I mean, game by game, trying to get better and watch film and work on our weaknesses. I think that South Dakota game really showed that we're able to defend, and we have to try on defense as hard as we try on offense. Obviously, offense comes to us a little bit easier, but we're going to have to put our, thinking caps on and really focus on the defensive end if we want to be an elite program.
As far as not really losing that many people from last year, I mean, does this year feel all that different from last, just given all of the people that are here that were there last year and the fact that relative success has been pretty much the same as it was last year?
I mean, it's different having a bigger bench.
Yeah.
It's different. A lot of us don't have to play towards the end of the game, and that's obviously new for a lot of us just because last year there was at least one or two of us that had to be out on the court at all times because our bench was slim. But, once we get playing on the court, us running the same offense for at least 2 to 3 years together, some of us 4, it's pretty natural. And, being with the same coaching staff my entire career here basically has been a blessing. And not a lot of, players are able to say that. So I'm definitely honored, and all of us are honored to be able to continue playing with each other and have that coaching staff behind us.
Pac-12 has always been difficult, but having 3 in the top 4 now, I mean, just what kind of dogfight is this going to be once January hits?
I think it makes it more fun. It kind of gives you something to look forward to, and that's all everyone's talking about. Everyone's talking about, the top 5 matchups we're going to be having in league, and I think that speaks a lot about our conference and how competitive it is. But I think that's just going to help us moving forward. In the NCAA tournament, we're going to be prepared night in and night out, and that doesn't even go to say all the other teams are really good as well. If they're in the top 5, 10, 15, whatever it is, they're going to give us their best shot because we're in the top 5 or whatever we're ranked. So it's going to be a blessing, and we're going to have to play really hard and play really smart every single game in order to win.
Is this road loop the hardest in women's college basketball, I think? I mean, college basketball really in general, between going here and then up to Corvallis, I mean, there's not many places where you're doing a road swing against 2 top 4 teams like that.
I know, it's rare. I mean, even going down to the Bay Area and playing those top teams, I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome for our conference, for women's basketball, just being able to have a lot of those games on TV because we are top programs, and so I'm excited to be able to do that. I think this might be the year that all these top teams have been in the conference. I know last year there was a few, but I think there's more than ever this year, and so it's going to be exciting to see where we lay out.
With a bulk of the harder preseason matchups like South Dakota State, Louisville, Syracuse, how do you feel about your team with those games in mind, having passed already?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously still more to come, but I think we're right where we want to be. Obviously, that Louisville game wasn't necessarily how we wanted to play and the outcome that we wanted, but it's all part of growing and learning. We weren't going to go through the entire season without mishaps and losing. So I think that's just going to help us. And obviously we came back and really responded to that well. And so, that stuff's going to happen. But I think we're right where we want to be and continuing to get better and grow individually and collectively.
How have you seen improvements from some of the freshmen, and also how do you feel the chemistry's been with some of those players, and how has that improved throughout the year?
I mean, our freshmen are playing great. They're coming in to big games and playing big minutes and really helping us, and that's rare for a top 5 program to have kids that you rely on as freshmen come off the bench and really help us. And so they're obviously getting more comfortable and confident in our offense and with themselves as individuals, and we're trying to help them. I mean, they're ultimately going to be the ones that's going to carry on this legacy and carry on the culture that we have, and that's a winning culture. And so we're just super excited that they're going to be a part of this journey and going to continue that forward.
Going off of that, talk about Holly's progression so far. She had a breakout game against South Dakota State and was named Pac-12 Player of the Week. Kind of just talk about how much she's grown as a player.
I mean, she's grown tremendously, obviously, coming from Great Britain. The competition probably isn't like what she's seeing out here and obviously in practice. And so just from the first day that she got here, pushing her every single day in practice and holding her to a super high standard. I mean, I hold her to the same standard as I would hold Sathu or any of the other returning players. And so she's handled that very well and is always eager to ask questions on how she can get better and what she can improve on. And so, I mean, hard work pays off. And so I was really blessed to be able to see that she was named Freshman of the Week. And obviously all our freshmen are playing really well, and so that honor could go to anyone, but I'm happy to see that she got that recognition she deserved.
So was that project was basically your final for term?
Yeah.
So as far as other finals that some of your underclassmen have, I mean, how have you guys as upperclassmen sort of helped them out with just that balance of making sure you practice, you get your lifts in, but also, you have like an actual paper final that you got?
Yeah. I mean, our coaches do a great job on being able to give us some time off at the beginning of the week just to try and get that stuff out of the way. And so I know in those first 2 days that, they gave us off from mandatory practice and kind of just made it optional, a lot of people got a lot of things out of the way. And so we all were in the JQuo, we all were in each other's rooms, helping each other with essays, doing interviews with each other for projects. And I think that just goes to show that we really rely, on each other, not only on the court, but off the court as well, and trying to guide the freshmen through getting everything done now, so then you don't have to stress about it, when we go on the road to Long Beach. But this is kind of like that home stretch. I mean, then we get some time off from school, and then Christmas break, and then the Pac-12 starts, and so obviously super excited for that.
When you see like Jazz or Holly, come to you or come to one of the other upperclassmen with like a very freshman kind of problem, I mean, do you kind of jump back in there and be like, wow, it's been a while since I've had to deal with that?
For sure. I mean, them just talking about some of their classes that they're in, and I remember doing their projects for them, and they're stressing, and I'm like, guys, you're good. It's just one simple project. Just get it out the way and then move on to the next. And so it's obviously cool to see how far, me, Ruthie, and some of the upperclassmen have come. But it's humbling to be able to see that that's what they're dealing with, and it kind of brings me back.